Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to be reading a nonfiction passage to refresh our memory on the strategies that we use when we annotate nonfiction. On your midterm next week, you will have a nonfiction passage styled a lot like this. So I suggest you watch the entire video and then go ahead and practice filling out your own copy so you'll be as prepared as possible. Okay. A dessert with a long history. So this is our topic. When we're reading nonfiction, we always have a topic. And our topic is going to be a dessert with a long history. And when we're reading nonfiction or expository, the author's purpose is always going to be to inform, to give us information. So, if a good writer wrote this, they probably used our pillar as they were writing it, where they have an introduction paragraph and then main idea paragraphs that follow. And it looks like it could possibly follow that format because of the way that it looks. I do also see that we've got some text features in here. This right here is called a timeline. It's not a vertical timeline, but it still does say what happened when and show the progression of looks like this is going to be about ice cream. This is a photograph of a family making ice cream. Nancy Johnson's inventions allowed people to make ice cream in their homes. This is a photograph because it's of real people. Then on our third page, we've got a bar graph. And bar graphs are used to give us information. So let's see what information they're giving us. Top 5 ice cream flavors in the United States. Okay, and then it has numbers on the side and flavors on the bottom. So it's just showing us how many people prefer which flavor. If you scream for ice cream, here's an easy way for your friends to mix up a batch. Ingredients and what to do. Ew, this is a recipe. And you could call this a fact box because we don't really need to know the recipe for how to make ice cream to read this passage and understand it. But this is just something fun that they put at the end to spark some more interest that you could have about ice cream. So it looks like it's time to read now that our pre-reading's done. When it's hot outside, there's nothing better than ice cream to cool you down, but it hasn't always been possible to order a scoop of ice cream at your local ice cream shop. Sounds like an introduction to me. Hundreds of years before there were electric freezers, people in China made frozen desserts by mixing milk and snow and the spices. Ooh, that's our main idea sentence for that paragraph, and that's pretty interesting. The Roman Emperor Nero sent his fastest runners into the mountains to gather snow. The snow was brought back before it could melt and mix with honey, nuts, or fruit juice. Wow. So, hundreds of years ago in China, you had to be like a fast runner to be able to make snow. So, I'm going to put China on the side because this is about what they did in China in the past. The Chinese and Roman treats were unlike today's ice cream. So I'm thinking we're going to learn about how it's different. The desserts were made with small pieces of frozen ice and were similar to snow cones. By the 1600s, flavored dishes in which cream was combined with ice were being produced in several European countries. These desserts looked and tasted more like the kind of ice cream we serve today. So I'm just going to write changed. And then I circled European countries because it sounds like they were the first ones to start adding cream to the dessert, which changed it forever, right? When people came from Europe to America in the 1700s, they brought their recipes for ice cream with them. But the frozen treat did not become very popular. It was difficult to find and keep the ice needed to help the dessert, or to make the dessert. It took a long time to mix the ingredients, and then the mixture had to be frozen for several hours before it could be eaten. So, I'm going to put at first, not popular. And I do think that it's important that the Europeans brought the dessert over to America. So if there's any questions about that, we'll know that it's going to be in paragraph 4. So I might also highlight the part about Europe to America so that I don't forget where to find it. All that changed thanks to Nancy Johnson in Pennsylvania. So now I'm wondering, who is Nancy Johnson? In the 1840s, Johnson invented an ice cream maker that enabled people to make the dessert faster than they could by mixing it by hand. The machine, which could easily be used in the home, froze the ice cream as it was being made. Similar machines are still used today. And wow, this is a huge deal that a woman would have invented this at that time too, because not all women had careers in the 1800s. This is a pretty big deal. I wonder if she got credit for her invention. So, and it's similar to the ones that we use today. So we've circled Nancy. I'm just going to write Nancy Johnson invents. Ice cream wasn't placed into the cone until 1904, so I can assume paragraph 6 is going to be about the cone. A man selling crispy waffles at a fair noticed that people would leave his stand and go to the ice cream booth. They would then drop their ice cream onto his waffles. This gave him the idea of rolling a waffle cone into a cone shape. The ice cream cone was born. So if we get a question about how the ice cream cone was invented, we know it's going to be in paragraph 6. Years later, in 1920, Harry Burt decided to start making ice cream treats. So now I'm wondering, what kind of ice cream treats? Burt, a candy maker, covered a small block of vanilla ice cream with thick chocolate. His daughter said that it was good but too messy. Burt's son suggested that he put the ice cream on a stick the same way he would a lollipop. Burt did just that and made the first ice cream bar on a stick, and we've all had that. So him being a candy maker really helped him design this new treat. So I'm going to put ice cream bar. More ice cream is eaten in the United States than any other country. Even in July, U.S. ice cream companies celebrate National Ice Cream Month. The companies spend lots of time testing new flavors such as chunky chocolate cherry and berry blast. Still, the most popular flavor is that all-time favorite vanilla. And they gave you a bar graph to show how people voted. So I'm going to put flavors on the side. And then I'm going to circle right here where it shows that vanilla is still the favorite. And then I want to read the ice cream recipe real quick for you. If you scream for ice cream, here's an easy way for you and your friends to mix up a batch. Ingredients: 6 tablespoons rock salt, half a gallon of ice cubes, 1 tablespoon sugar, half a cup of heavy cream, half a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 large gallon-sized plastic sealable bag, and 1 small sandwich-sized plastic sealable bag. Put the ice and the rock salt into a large bag. Pour the heavy cream, the sugar, and the vanilla into a small bag. Seal the small bag. Place the small bag in the large bag. Seal the large bag. Shake the large bag until the mixture thickens, about 5 minutes. Carefully remove the small bag from the large bag. Open the small bag carefully. You're ready to enjoy your tasty treat. So if you get the urge to make some ice cream at home and your parents want to help you with that, you can use this recipe and do that. You can make a little batch of it. Okay, guys, I'm going to make a separate video for the questions, but you can go ahead and read and annotate yours before we get there.